popular refrain every time Washington gets gridlocked, which of course has been just about all the time in recent years. Those politicians should be doing a lot more, given all the money we're paying them. But how much our elected officials get in salary and benefits may surprise you. So too the differences in compensation between the President and members of Congress. Almost everyone at the Capitol gets the same annual salary of $174,000. That's several times more than the average American worker, but essentially the same as the average dentist. The Speaker of the House and the majority and minority leaders in the House and Senate are the only lawmakers who make a few $1,000s more. The pay hasn't changed since 2009, and senators and House members are not going to get a raise again next year either. That's because lawmakers are keenly aware of their terrible approval ratings. So they've voted every year to deny themselves a once routine cost of living increase. House members get office budgets of between $1.2 million and $1.4 million, with slight variations based mainly on each district's population and distance from D.C. The range for senators is between $3 million and $4.8 million, depending mostly on the population of their states. It's a crime for members to spend this money on their personal needs, but they do get wide latitude to decide how to apportion their official expenses. How many congressional aides to employ, how much mail to send out, how many offices to operate back home, and how frequently to travel back and forth to D.C. Lawmakers can get federal medical insurance, but under the Affordable Care Act, their policies have to come through D.C.'s health insurance exchange. Members pay a quarter of the premium, and the government pays the rest. Members can earn $28,000 away from Congress, but only for doing a very limited list of things, including writing books and practicing medicine. They can't get paid by law firms or businesses, they can't sit on corporate boards, and they can't make speeches for money. If they last in office at least 5 years, they qualify for a government pension, which gets bigger the more time they spend in Congress. Of course, they do build up a wealth of connections, making it pretty easy for them to keep working after they're off the Hill. Members do not get a housing allowance or an expense account when they're in Washington, and saving money in such an expensive city is why dozens of House members, but no senators that we can find, sleep in their offices and take showers in the members' gym. In other words, the money spent on Congress is a lot more modest than what gets spent on the President. Since 2001, the presidential salary has been $400,000 a year, more than twice as much as a senator or representative. Donald Trump is promising to donate his pay to charity, emulating the similarly independently wealthy John F. Kennedy and Herbert Hoover, although he hasn't said where the money's been going since cutting the National Park Service a check back in April. But that's just the start of the compensation and benefits. A president can tap 4 tax-free expense accounts worth a combined $1.1 million. He and the family get free travel on Air Force One, Marine One, and the limousine known as the Beast. They all get whatever medical care they need for free from world-class military doctors. They all live for free in the White House and can make getaways for free to Camp David. And unlike members of Congress, at the end of his term, the president will still be on the government payroll with an annual pension of about $200,000, health care, paid official travel, and an office.